Hi, Professor. This is my Clifton Strengths Assessment in Fusion, and I am so excited that I got the opportunity to do a video on this assessment because I feel like this is a great one to talk through and challenge the strengths that I got because of the way that I feel, and I think it's just a great opportunity to learn more about myself and challenge myself in ways that I didn't think before. One question that I would like to, pose is I've heard both sides of it, and this is just my kind of thought process is for your strengths and weaknesses. Many people say that you should work on your weaknesses to make them your strengths, and other people say that it's important to focus on your strengths and let somebody else do your weaknesses. And I feel like there's a great opportunity for both, and I was just curious your opinion, so that's just a question to start out with. And so taking this Clifton Strengths Assessment, I thought it was great to see my personal experience and growth within myself. And one thing I noticed is that 4 out of my 5 top strengths were in the same section. They were in the influencing section, which I thought was interesting because that means that 2 of the sections that they cover in the strengths, I did not have any of my top strengths in, and I was wondering if that was normal, or do you see most of the strengths in 1 or 2 sections? And then my other strength, which I got, which was focused, was in the executing section, which I thought was interesting. So I had nothing for relationship building and strategical thinking. And so on the focused front, at first when I saw this word, I thought, oh wow, this is totally wrong. I'm not somebody who's focused. But actually reading into the definition, I thought maybe I am someone who is focused, because they use the words of driven by talents, which I think is something that I do in my everyday life, in my sport, lacrosse, and in school. I think, for example, in school, I'm someone who's always had to take a little more time on an assignment, and for that reason, I've put in the time that I need to in my undergrad degree, and taking the 2 hours to do an assignment, that's something that somebody else would take 30 minutes to do. So I think looking at it as driven by talents and driven by experiences, I am focused. I will challenge the focused idea by saying I think I'm somebody who likes to take on so many tasks that I get so excited about something that I start so many different things, but then I think finishing stuff is the problem that I have. And I feel like with being focused as a top strength, it's something that maybe I struggle with, being focused on particular tasks, but that was just kind of my challenge to it. The next one that I got was an activator, which is like kind of impatient for actions, and this is like describes me her perfectly. If I have a list of to-do things for the day, someone who's like, let's wake up and start and do it. Like if I'm on the couch and we're about to go to Target, I'm like, let's go now, let's not wait 10 minutes. So I thought activator was a great accurate representation of me. The next one that I got was competitor, which I think falls perfectly in line with playing sports and also the family that I was raised in. My family is so competitive. We always want to win, and so for that reason, I have no doubt competition was on my thing. The one thing that I thought was interesting, and I haven't really looked at competition that way, is it said like comparing yourself to someone, which I wouldn't always say that. I guess I'm comparing myself to be greater. I just want to win in the sense of beating someone rather than being better than someone. So I thought that was an interesting take. And then command was what I got next, and that's kind of the idea of taking charge. And I feel like at times I can take charge. My only counter to that is I feel like I struggle to take charge when I don't feel like I have the right tools to take charge, which I feel like I just don't take charge all the time. And then lastly, I got significance, which means the thing that really stood out to me was avoid the people who are lazy. And that is something I want my team to be hardworking rather than talented. I take hard work any day over a team of people that I am than talented and lazy, and I think that is the forefront of my personal life, and I'm always want to be less talented and beat them in the working aspect rather than being talented and lazy. So that was kind of my like view on the strengths that I got, and I thought this was a really interesting exam to take, and some, I guess, more answers that I got, which I thought was interesting, and I enjoyed kind of reflecting on them. So yeah.